From the campus of the University of Pacific in Stockton, California, we welcome you inside to the legendary Alex G. Spanos Center for this West Coast Conference matchup that features the University of San Francisco Dons and the University of Pacific Tigers. Hello, everyone. Jeff, Dominic, what do you thank you very much for joining us. The Dons coming in at 12-9 and 5-4 in the conference, while Pacific at 14-8 and 4-6 in conference play. These two teams have matched up here recently. About a week and a half ago, it was the Tigers taking that match in 5. And while the Dons have lost the last 3, Coach Diogo Silva has preached consistency. So we'll see how consistent they can be, as it's going to be the Dons, it's the Tigers. It's coming up next on ESPN+.
Jersey Mike's freshly slices it right in front of you. The authentic Jersey way. You can't fake that. And look, you can fake a lot of stuff these days. You can fake my outfit, but you can't fake freshly sliced turkey. You can fake these haunches, but you can't fake freshly sizzled bacon. Nay, you just can't fake a freshly sliced Jersey sub. It's nice to be back in my real body. Number 13, please. Made the authentic Jersey way since 1956. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Credit Union One Free Checking has everything you need to bank on the go. Make deposits and more with our highly rated mobile app. And get your direct deposit up to 2 days sooner with CU1 Early Pay. Open your account in minutes at creditunion1.org.
Introducing CU1 High Yield Checking, the account that rewards you for everyday banking. Earn up to 5.25% APY when you make qualifying transactions each month. No minimum or opening balance required. Get started at cu1.com/high yield checking.
Welcome back to the Alex G. Spanos Center. Jeff, Dominic, what do you think? Very much just moments away from the opening serve. As the Pacific Tigers are getting announced here in just a moment. That allows me to go ahead and bring in Connor Navarro. And Connor, two teams looking to kind of, as I said at the opening of the broadcast, consistency by Coach Diogo Silva for USF, but consistency all around on both sides has to be prominent here tonight.
I mean, absolutely. They've had multiple matchups with each other. We discussed before this broadcast even began that they've gone to 5 sets 8 times in their past 24 matchups. So finding that consistency very early on is essential for both San Francisco and Pacific. They want to have that early lead. They want to have that early momentum and perhaps take it before 5 sets even comes around.
Yeah, it was funny that I just mentioned that, because it's the 25th meeting. Out of the 24 last matchups, 8 of them have gone to 5. That's 33%. And I asked Coach Silva about that, and why does it seem like Pacific is so tough to fight against in any match? And he looked straight over to his right, and he said, it starts with Coach Gibbons. Head coach Greg Gibbons has been so consistent throughout his whole tenure here at Pacific. It just becomes real tough. He goes, I've only been here for 4 seasons. I already know what Coach Gibbons does. In fact, I voted for him a couple of years ago as Coach of the Year here in the West Coast Conference.
I mean, really, when you have that kind of coach's respect from both squads, you know each other so well. I mean, you're always bound to have a great matchup, and that historically has seemed to have been the case for all of these matches with San Francisco and Pacific, and I believe we're in for a great one here today as well.
Absolutely, and there's definitely some you could call it a little bit more of a rivalry. As time has gone on, there's a lot of different matches that you could say, especially in the West Coast Conference, could be a rivalry. This is definitely one of them. That Pacific now is those 8 that have gone to 5. Pacific is 5-3 in those matches as well. One thing I definitely wanted to chime in on is when you look at USF, arguably one of their best hitters is Mihalina Rolla. She has to kind of sets the tone, and I asked what makes her so good, and Coach Silva said she complains about nothing. She does the job. She loves her teammates, and she does everything that she can, and that's what kind of transpires onto that court.
I mean, really, that's the kind of personality you want to see on one of your best hitters, being able to have that reliability and have that confidence to keep constantly going up for those swings and never looking past any of your mistakes and always moving forward to the next point is always essential for a great outside hitter.
Ailena Shub will get things started. A little dump over attempt by Heller. That'll allow Jalen Swain to set it up for Edwards, not this time. She'll get another swing and attempt, and that will find the cross court and called just on that sideline, and it will be a first point for Pacific.
Very great start here for Pacific. Nice little swing from Alexa Edwards. We did try to see a little bit of an earlier dump attempt from Jenna Heller. Shut down immediately in that middle spot, so maybe she stays a little bit quiet on her offensive side and focuses on setting her hitters today.
Kaylin Swain will serve it up for Pacific. There's going to be a free ball played over by the Dons. Another attempt for Edwards. She'll go ahead and try and tap it over, try and find the soft spot in the defense. Big swing played by Swain. Another attempt by Edwards. Shub. And it'll be a kill for Petkova. She's had a nice couple of matches over the last few. As there's Petkova, the senior from Bulgaria. So all knotted up at 1. And Petkova had 9 kills against St. Mary's on Thursday. An attempt for Kumanova. You had high hopes for her, and someone to focus on. She's kind of been quiet over the last few, but here's getting an early one to start things off for her afternoon.
You can really see it on that block. They were not expecting that set to go to Darina Kumanova. She takes full advantage of it and now is at the service line as well.
Grad student for Pacific, one of 2 grad students. First swing towards her direction, and it'll be Edwards with another swing, and played nicely once again by the Dons. Punch over for a moment. Van Groningen, I believe that was off the top of the head, and she'll get her first kill.
I mean, very early on, setting that standard between Jenna Heller and Emily Van Groningen with that slide attack. Always super consistent throughout the entire season. And seems like it's going to be that way today as well.
It wasn't a head tapper. It actually went off the right hand, I believe, of Arola. And an ace for Kumanova. So she's getting on the scoring column pretty early on a couple of different areas.
Darina Kumanova, one of Pacific's more dangerous servers back there. She's always good at swinging hard with those hard float serves, but also can go very short in that front row. And we saw that there with that ace, with that hard ball.
One of the top 5 in the West Coast Conference in aces is Kumanova. Punched over by Rolla. Here's an opportunity for Edwards again. She'll try and punch one over. And a swing, and I think that it was Kumanova with the touch. A swing by Pooch for her first kill. We'll get a chance right there. Yeah, you saw right her left hand touched it. It may have been out, but I think she just kind of, that's just kind of those reactions you have. Big swing by Van Groningen and a change of possession back to Pacific.
You really love to see how fast that momentum changed. Quite a harder pass from Jaden Swain, and Emily Van Groningen turns it into a 1 immediately out of that set from Jenna Heller.
Output Alexa Edwards, the grad student from Sacramento. All 5 seasons, tried to hit the tape, just a little too heavy on the bottom end. That ball could not skip over. So don't like to see the service errors too much from Pacific, but a couple of them here. Heller to John. Went towards Edwards, played nicely. Heller, back row attack. Edwards gets the kill.
I mean, really, no matter where she's at on the court, Alexa Edwards is always a threat, and that back row attack starting to become a staple of her game, really.
Yeah, as you kind of see that over the first few seasons, it was Edwards, her moneymaker was more on the sides and playing as the outside. As the seasons have gone on, that back row attack, she's been really become known as a force back there, as well as Dylan Gilkey, the sophomore from Texas, back to serve. And she'll get an ace. So 2 aces for Pacific, and that allows them to have the 4-point advantage. slide attempt. That was Goodman on the swing, went too far. Yeah, I think Coach Silva is going to go ahead and get a different look with Galaviz coming in as well as Sheehy. Looks like a two-setter system for the Dons. Oh, actually, I stand corrected. That was Galaviz. Kept alive. Now joust at the net. Played nicely by the Dons. Pacific answers right back. A swing by John and a kill.
Such an aggressive start here from Pacific. Very scrappy play from Alexa Edwards in the back row as well, playing that deep middle. It's like a timeout will be called.
So timeout on the court. Pacific leads by 6 in set number 1 on ESPN+. Pacific up 9-3 here in set number 1. Jeff Domick along with Connor Navarro. Thank you very much for joining us. Pacific hitting 400 to start off this set, and 4 for 4 on their side-out percentage, right at 100%. Connor, that's makes for success being up 9-3.
And that's really what you want to see early on in this first set. I mean, we mentioned previously, before this match even started, that momentum is a huge deal, and consistency is also a big deal.
And I think an illegal touch by Sheehy gives Pacific the point. So Pacific on a little bit of a run here. I believe it's a 4-0 run. Good serve by Gilkey. Blocked by Heller. Mid-row attack, and this time we'll get the kill. Will be Goodman. Just off of the left hand, I believe, of Giani. Pacific, after that 4-0 run, the Dons were able to break. John with an attempt. Back row attack. Played by Edwards. Giani will get the kill. Even went off the bottom hands of Petkova. Now the left hand, I think, may have gotten a piece of it. Went out of play, and Giani will get the kill. Giani, last time that the Dons and the Tigers matched up, had 11 kills. I believe it's going to be on Sheehy once again at the net. So Pacific leading 12-4. Back row attack. Edwards kept it alive. Kumanova just long. Here, head coach Greg Gibbons saying good idea, and considering that there was a lot of, I wouldn't call it panic, because I don't think they were more under pressure I was almost just maybe about 6 inches from being in.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a close swing. Unfortunately, it did not go.
Gianni will kind of just go backwards and big swing and going too long. That's Delaney Ewing. First time we said her name this afternoon. Now it goes too long, and Pacific now up by 8. It starts with their aggressiveness, and then it kind of turns into their defense that kind of really has changed things and shown that the change of possession. So it's pretty much almost one and done for USF, it seems like. Nova will just get it sent over. A set for Petkova, played by Swain. Edwards gets a touch, gets the kill. She has 3 here in set number 1.
I mean, really just great defense there from Jalen Swain. Able to get that ball immediately off of that block with the hands. And obviously Alexa Edwards there on the outside. Very consistent thus far and able to find that kill. Pacific with a great lead now.
Blocked by Edwards and Gianni. Good look here. I believe it. Yeah, it was the right hand of Edwards, it looked like, along with the left of Gianni. So I put it as an assist on both sides. And Pacific up by 10. Kova. Heller. Edwards going to have to play that one kind of deep, and was able to just pretty much get it over. Petkova with another opportunity. Played nicely once again by Pacific, and it'll be Edwards getting it back over. Petkova will tap over, will get the kill this time.
Quite the scrappy rally. San Francisco, even though they were just down by 10, now down by 9, still playing very aggressively, still using that space that they have on the court, finding that tip.
Island Ashub back to serve. Gianni changes that possession right back to 10. Oh, that was a San Francisco point, excuse me.
I do believe that ball was barely out here on that sideline.
I saw that. I looked on my end. I did not see the flag come up over here, so I thought it was in play. So another opportunity. This time Edwards will look for the far end of the court. Does not get it this time. Ashub looking for the back tape, excuse me. Petkova one more time. This time we'll get another kill. She's starting to heat up a little bit. 2 in a row.
Seems like some momentum is starting to go in the way of San Francisco. The Dons are starting to heat up a little bit more. A lot more of their offense is starting to go well. Less mistakes are being made on defense too.
Petkova now has 3 kills. Shub serves it towards Nishimura. Over with the swing. Playing it far back, and it was going to be I believe they called a double to get the kill, to get the point back to Pacific. So Pacific now up by 8, 16-8 here in set number 1. And Swain with the serve. Shimura had to hustle over. Opportunity for Edwards. And I had to look over. I think I was quickly looking. I think that was Ashub that kind of, I mean, she may have looked like she kind of tripped and she was trying to set up and maybe try and jump over to help out defensively, but one will go too long. The service error for Pacific is back to 8. Jamie Lowe will enter. She'll actually serve for Petkova. Lowe, the freshman from San Francisco. Kumanova kept alive. Edwards still alive. Good defense by the Dons. Still keeping it going. Free ball played over once again by the Dons. They're playing defense as much as they can. Kumanova will get the kill this time. So a great rally, great defense, great hustle by San Francisco, but it was Kumanova, the grad student, to go ahead and get the kill for the Pacific Tigers.
Love seeing the set diversity there from Jenna Heller as well, putting it up to the middle, to the outside, finishing off with that opposite hit from Darina Kumanova. Finishes it off, up by 9 now is Pacific.
Kumanova with a couple of kills and an ace today. By Rolla. Edwards this time will go ahead and just do what she does. She gets the kill. First time, actually the second time we said anything about Rolla this afternoon, and we're almost completely through set number 1. There's Edwards' kill off the hands of the Dons outside. Big swing. Ewing will get the kill. Her first kill is this afternoon. And a change of possession goes to the Dons as they trail by 9. Back row attack for the Dons. Nice to see that come into play.
And really that diversity of offense is probably going to be what you want to need for San Francisco, as you want to have some diversity in those hits, being able to find different players for attacks.
Van again with an attempt unsuccessful. Pekova tried to tap one over, played over by Edwards. Pekova, excuse me, not Pekova, Rolla. Just a little long is Edwards. So I believe that's her first error this afternoon so far for Alexa Edwards, who has 5 kills now. Free ball played over by Kumanova. Still plays. I think they're going to call the point to the Dons. Edwards called with the violation. And the Dons trail by 7. Jolie Akima. Van Groningen, she'll get the kill. She now has 3.
And look at that slide, just comes straight out of nowhere. Van Groningen and Heller always so consistent with that attack.
That's what she's made a name for herself with, is that slide attack. She'll surprise you every now and then with a kill straight up the middle, but that slide is what she's been known to do. Edwards will serve it for Pacific. And it's Pooch. So Ashford Puch will now go ahead and go back to serve. Puch, the sophomore from Spain. Another attack by Van Groningen. And just as we say it, she's pretty much just doing what she normally does. Another slide and another kill for Van Groningen. She now has 4. Dylan Gilkey back to serve. Gilkey was going to get an ace. Give her 2 aces. 3 for the Tigers. Lead back to 9. Overpass. Giani will battle at the net. Played over John, not this time. And for the first time, we'll actually say her name on the kill side, is Rolla will get the kill.
I mean, it is the first time we said her name on the attack side, but I do feel like after this first set, something will change in that second and third set, perhaps, where we will be saying her name in the kill column a lot more often.
Roll it back to serve. Opportunity for Edwards, just going to tap one over, trying to find a soft spot, and we'll get the kill.
I mean, Alexa Edwards, very consistent at finding the court, finding those little spots. I mean, always so great, even from the back row. Usually she's finding that corner from the outside position, but even then on that play, finds it from the middle back position, which is honestly kind of insane.
Edwards had a streak snapped of 31 matches of 10-plus kills snapped against San Diego, and all she did going against Portland was have 28. Edwards is just going to punch one over. Let the defense attempt to reset. John gets the kill, and we are at set point. Zoe John with a big smile as she went towards Coach Gibbons. Pacific up by 10, set point, set number 1. Trying to dump over was Ashub. Kumanova, just too long. Tried to go straight down that line and just to the right of it. Hayden Goodman back to serve. And an ace for Goodman. That's the first ace for the Dons. Attempt for Kumanova. Made by Goodman. Hub's gonna have to run a long way. John, just too long. Head coach Greg Gibbons will stand up. He's gonna change the position of the defense. Goodman, the senior from Park City, Utah, serving for San Francisco. Pekova finds the back row of the tape, and a kill for Petkova. She's keeping it going for the Dons. She now has 4. So a little bit of momentum for San Francisco building. So they're now down by 6. And the timeout's going to be called by head coach Greg Gibbons. As San Francisco's now closed this thing by closes set number 1 down by 5 on ESPN+. So the Dons gaining a little momentum as they trail 24-19 here in set number 1. Jeff Dominic, thank you very much for running with us, along with Connor Navarro. And Connor, I think that when you look at this one as the way this one will end, the Dons gaining a little momentum could bode well for them as the sets may go on. As I say that, Kumino will go ahead and get the kill, and I'll ask for you to go ahead and chime on that on the back end of this next break, as it's the Tigers taking set number 1, 25-19. Set number 2 just moments away on ESPN+.
There are captivating moments, celebrated achievements, and enriching experiences that provide lifelong memories. We see a boundless drive to capture titles and serve as ambassadors on our campuses and in our communities. As our footprint grows, we continue to blaze our path forward. We are passionate, we are collaborative, and we are committed to excellence. We are the West Coast Conference.
Welcome back to the Alex G. Spano Center. Jeff Dominic with you. Thank you very much for joining us. As Pacific won set number 1, 25-19. Jeff Dominic with Connor Navarro here joining us as well. And Connor, right before that match ended, I was asking about the momentum that USF was starting to feel and how that can play into the next sets. What have you seen, and what originally I was going to say, what does USF need to do different to get back in this? But now that the momentum kind of may have played well for them.
I mean, really, if I were to put in my input from someone who's watching the USF huddle from an outsider perspective, it seems like the end of that first set saw Pacific take their foot off the gas a little bit, started to get a little bit too comfortable, and San Francisco started to take advantage of it. They started closing that lead, and I think that will play heavily into the second set when it comes to momentum. If Pacific doesn't hold on to their leads a little bit longer, they got lucky because they were already at set point already, but the Dons are the type to take advantage of those points of weakness from the other squad, and I think it'll play a huge role in the second set.
Dons hit 114 in the first set. First kill will go to Maria Petkova. She has 5. She's leading the way for the Dons. Astrid Puig go ahead and has 3 kills. She's hitting 333. Tigers came in hitting 208. Alexa Edwards with 6 kills, hitting 278. And Giani Edwards will get the kill.
I mean, even on those out-of-system balls, Pacific still very consistent on those outsides. I mean, Alexa Edwards, Zoe John, Darina Kumanova, no matter who it is on that outside spot, always able to find kills in that time where they can't get all of their offense to run.
Edwards had 6 kills in set number 1, hit 278, only 1 attack error. Darina Kumanova, 3 kills. Emily Van Groningen has 4 kills. She's hitting 667. Swain's going to get an ace. That's the one thing you can hang your hat on right now is the Tigers have 4 aces, while the Dons only have 1.
And really, if you're Coach Greg Gibbons, that's what you love to see. I mean, across some points of the season, Pacific does have times where the service errors are way more than the aces, and being plus in that ace category is huge, especially for this matchup.
Rolla. Far end. That was Pooch. Kumanova will get the kill. You had asked, and you were hoping that she was going to kind of get more active, and today so far she has. She had 16 attempts against Portland and only 4 kills. Today so far she's already got 4 kills.
I mean, already looking up for her in this second set. During the first, we did see her find a lot of those kind of angles, finding those lines, unfortunately, just a bit far. Perhaps in the second set, they can find it as an ace comes through.
Another ace by Jalen Swain. But yeah, I mean, she's one that we had hoped when the season started to see be on that opposite side of Alexa Edwards. 2 grad students, why not? If you think that would be the thing. Seen a couple of emergencies like Zoe John, but so far there's a block. Another attempt by Rolla is going to go long. What is Pacific doing against Rolla? Go ahead and ask that question as the timeout has been called. It seems like it just seems to be the par for the course. So we'll go ahead and step aside, take the break. It's Pacific leading 5-1 here in set number 2 on ESPN+. Pacific leading 5-1 here in set number 2. Jeff Domick along with Connor Navarro. Thank you very much for joining us. And Pacific has scored 4 in a row. And Connor, I was asking, we'll go ahead and play after this next setup. Is a big swing up in the middle. As that is Ewing will get the kill. But against Rolla, Pacific seems like they're kind of loading up on her and kind of really focused on her.
I mean, really, it seems like Pacific has done their homework. I mean, Rolla is one of the more aggressive hitters on the side of the Dons, and from early on in the first set, they've done a great job of shutting her down. So coming into the second set, confidence is perhaps a little bit low as Van Groningen responds directly from the middle. Using that 3-ball to her advantage, finds the kill.
Yeah, I mean, Rolla has had 18 kills in the last match against Pacific and was hitting 400 against Pacific just a little more than 12 days ago. So, you know, the Pacific definitely has seemed like they've kind of really focused. There's an ace by Kumanova. So Swain with 2, Kumanova now with 2, and Gilkey all have 2 aces for Pacific. That's 6 aces. And that's where your lead's at right now.
I mean, really, on the side of the Dons, I have been seeing a lot of defensive mistakes too. A lot of miscommunications as Dorina Kumanova does have that service error, but especially with all the aces that they've gotten throughout this game, it seems like they have more leniency to make those mistakes and still serve aggressively.
Astrid Puig, go ahead and serve the sophomore from Spain. Try to get one off the tape, played nicely by Pacific and Heller. Edwards will go ahead and find that down the sideline tape and get the kill. Found the soft spot in the defense once again. It was Jamie Lowe that was the closest one there at the time. Puts Edwards back to the line. Kept alive. And Van Groningen. Van Groningen was the one initially at the joust at the net, and she gets rewarded with her hustle, the slide move. She gets another kill.
I really love the choice of set there from Jenna Heller. I mean, San Francisco was still resetting on defense and just catches them off guard immediately with that slide.
Service error by Pacific. That'll bring back in Maria Pekova. Mihalina Rolla back to serve the overpass, and nicely played by Petkova. She now has 6.
I mean, Maria Petkova seems to really be taking the charge here for the Dons. I mean, is ahead on kills right now. Usually we have Rolla in that position, but Petkova really taking that leadership role of running that offense on her own.
Attempt for John, and blocked. And we'll go out of play, and actually it's going to be a kill for John. She now has 3. With Dylan Gilkey back to serve. She has 2 aces. Not really been in the lineup to set. Petkova. Big fist pump right afterward. She almost pretty much knew as soon as she let that one rip that she had the point.
I mean, Petkova had only one blocker to deal with in a completely open angle and just took full advantage of it, swing hard. Still down by 4 San Francisco, but a lot of momentum swinging San Francisco's way right now.
John, too far. Look for the cross-court swing. Aiden Goodman back to serve. The senior from Utah. Back towards Swain. Gianni. And just get that played over. It does USF. John. One more time. The left-handed tap. And a nice play by the Dons will get the point.
I mean, very aggressive there from Zoe John. Seemed to have gotten a little bit too excited there on the outside. Did jump a little bit too early from that set.
The Dons now trail by 2. And an ace. Head coach Greg Gibbons stand up. I was wondering if he was going to call timeout. Did not. Goodman has the 2 aces for USF. Giani go ahead and change the possession back to Pacific. And now up by 2.
I mean, just a great find there from Giani. I mean, just finds that open line, barely going to find that spot. I mean, she has no room when it comes to that pin and the blocker, and still finds that seam.
There's that little bit of a slide attack that we've seen so many times by Van Groningen. Heller will go ahead and go just a little too long. Pooch will go ahead and come back in. Edwards, played by Akima. Takova, and just getting a touch. Is Pooch, and will get the kill. Let's see who got the kill, actually. I believe it was possibly Kumanova. I did not catch that one. We'll go ahead. Actually, it'll be the block up front. Excuse me. Gianni. Along with another one of her teammates. Here's Edwards with the attempt. Getting the kill. Edwards, coming into today, had 389 kills on the season. Her season high was 397. She's at 9 right now. That'll go too long. Yeah, she had 389 kills coming into today. She's obviously 11 shy of 400. She's got 9 now. She's 2 away.
Already very close. I mean, this entire season, I mean, it would be Alexa Edwards' final season as a Tiger, and she's really putting it all out there for every single game this season. Is a service error, especially going back the way of Pacific.
I'm trying to double check on that. I want to make sure that that's correct as far as how many kills she has. She has 8 currently. Let's double check on that as well. So as an ace will be for Pacific. Swain gets her 3rd ace. And that was correct. That she has 9 kills. Does Edwards, so just a couple away. It's 15-12 Pacific. Kima will go ahead and serve it towards Swain. Rolla, not this time. Move to Edwards. Kept alive. Nishimura will play it over. Nice hustle by the Pacific Tigers defense. A mile high in the air on the dig by Nishimura. Rolla. Just getting it over with Swain. And a dump over, and that will be a kill for Heller. What a rally on both sides.
I mean, really just a great display of defense on both sides. I mean, Jenna Heller, vintage performance from her on that. After a long rally, finds that campfire in the middle, gets that dump. But just incredible defense on both sides. A lot of hard swings getting picked up. Megan Nishimura in the back middle there, just absolutely putting up some dimes from the middle.
Rina Kumanova will serve it for Pacific. And too long on the swing by Pooch. So Pacific now up by 5 here in set number 2. Kind of wonder, I mean, USF has also went to 5 against St. Mary's. Wonder how tired the legs may be as a kill by Mihalina Rollo will find the soft spot of the defense. Amelia Dombrowska coming in for the first time today. The freshman from Poland with Puig back to serve. Puig, the sophomore from Spain. 17-13 Pacific. And what a serve.
Puig, you see something very different, something you don't always see in the traditional women's game, and that's that top spin serve. High toss, a lot of spin on that ball, sometimes a lot of movement, and it's a great serve on that end. But it is a very aggressive serve, swing hard. Sometimes you hit that ball a little bit too far out.
Yeah.
A great ace, but still.
Right behind it was just a tough moment. You know, I think about that, and the last one I remember seeing someone do that here at Pacific, Andy Shelton used to do that here I would say many years ago, but quite a few years ago. Killed by Dombrowska. And Pacific up by 3. Head coach will come back in. As well as Rolla. We'll go ahead and go back to serve. (18-15) Pacific. And a service error by San Francisco puts Pacific back up by 4. And I would say that going to 5 is always difficult, and especially after a tough night, a tough loss, you kind of wonder, like I said, as how tired the legs may truly be going into the later part of the seasons.
Oh yeah, definitely playing a lot of those 5-set matchups. Sometimes you don't even recover until perhaps even a week later at the latest, and what it seems like sometimes it does swing in the way. Goodman with that slide. Nice little response there down the middle.
Hayden Goodman will get the kill, the senior. After the kill, she'll go ahead and head back to the line to serve. Pacific still up by 3. Soft serve. Here's an attempt by John. She'll get the kill. Answer back. John now with 4.
I mean, Zoe John, what can you say about her?
What a find.
Really just making a name for herself this entire season. Really great hitter on the outside. Got to also give credit to Jenna Heller, basically on her knees putting up that set, giving Zoe John a perfect ball to hit.
Yeah, Zoe John has come in against USF a couple of 12 days ago and has really made a name for herself here as the season has progressed. Here's Gianni. I think they're going to say it was a net. I think there may be a challenge. They're saying it was on Ewing. The point will be to Pacific. I was waiting to see if Coach Silver was going to have a challenge. Service error. How fun was that? John Kenyon is the official nearest us, and he gave us some information that we had really no knowledge of what was going to happen. He kind of gave us a card and said, if I put up these numbers, this is what the challenges are going to be. And he was fun about it. He was like, he said, I'm not walking all over here and going to tell you, hey, this is what's going on. I'm going to hold up some numbers and this is what it is. He goes, I'm too old.
I mean, it really does make our job significantly easier. There has been times on the broadcast where we are confused about that challenge, but having something like this makes our job significantly easier.
Swing by John. Off the top of the head, just pushing it over was Giani, I believe. Petkova. Kumanova kept alive. Petkova will go ahead and play it. And a swing and a kill. As that's Puig. Shannon Sheehy back to serve. The freshman from Arizona. Kumanova. Free ball played over. Played nicely by San Francisco. And a miscommunication gives the Dons the point. They trail by 2. Timeout called by Pacific. 21-19 Pacific in set number 2 on ESPN+. Pacific leading 21-19 here in set number 2. Jeff Domick along with Connor Navarro. Thank you very much for joining us. USF has started to gain a little bit more momentum as it closes this gap to 2. Hitting 292 here in set number 2. Pacific at 290. Heller will set it up for John. Giani just tried to get one on a play. Petkova to get the kill. She now has 8. She's been just really swinging the ball really well. 8 kills, hitting .353.
I mean, really just a great change. You'd love to see it in the second set. I mean, see Coach Silva right in front of us, very active coach. I mean, he's got a great demand out of his players, and it seems like they're coming back into it here in the second set. Only a 1-point difference could change here with this serve.
Sheehy serving. Swing for John. And a block. Puig and Ewing combining. And we are tied up here in set number 2. Coach Diogo Silva really active. A swing up in the middle. Ewing gives the Dons the lead. And timeout called by Pacific on the kill by Ewing, giving the Dons the lead 22-21 on ESPN+. A couple of big blocks and a kill on the overpass by the Dons have given them the lead as they lead 22-21, set number 2. Shannon Sheehy back to serve. The Dons leading. Keeping it alive is Swain. Swing by Petkova. And a point will go to Pacific on the, looked like an attack error. Just missing it was Petkova. Very rare time that I've been able to say that.
Maybe she was looking for a touch off that block. Maybe she was looking for that slight bit that's open next to the block. Fortunately unable to find it. Looking for a touch there was Coach Silva. Unfortunately, no dice.
And he got right close to that antenna as well as there's Megan Nishimura, the senior. And the break in the action, checking the antenna. There was action right there at that antenna, so I'm wondering, and I was kind of watching the official nearest to us, and it looked like that she was clamoring that the antenna was touched before that was even going to be a potential touch, so I think that kind of negated the fact that there was a touch. And too long, swing by Pooch. And
actually, it does look like they found a touch, perhaps on Darina Kumanova.
Wow, so USF now has the lead. It may have been touched on Kumanova, like you said. Dons back up by 1. Heller to Edwards. Battle at the net. Both times Gianni right there. Another block by Gianni Kumanova. An easy block this time by Gianni. Pretty much had a free, he could have either called it a block or a dump over because she was right there for both. Actually, that was Edwards, excuse me.
I mean, very aggressive on both sides. Great defense being played. Very scrappy on the side of the Dons. I mean, all over the floor, the entire team unable to pick up that point. They are tied 23s here in the second set.
Look at Jalen Swain, the transfer from Michigan State. From Sacramento. Swing by Rolla. Heller just had to get one pushed over. Rolla. Now Heller will just dump it over. And a swing by Rolla. She'll get the kill.
I mean, really a great swing there from Rolla. I believe that was just over the block. Finds that floor. Honestly puts a dent in it, really, with that swing. Does bring San Francisco to set point.
24-23. The Dons fell in set 1, 25-19. Heller to Edwards. Played nicely by USF. Swing, tapped over, kept alive. Rolla, blocked by Van Groningen and Kumanova. Rolla one more time, tapped over, and she'll get the kill. So Rolla comes back with getting her last 2 kills. She now has 4, and it's the Dons winning set number 2, 25-23. Set number 3 in about 5 minutes on ESPN+.
Jersey Mike's freshly slices it right in front of you. The authentic Jersey way. You can't fake that. And look, you can fake a lot of stuff these days. You can fake my outfit, but you can't fake freshly sliced turkey. You can fake these haunches, but you can't fake freshly sizzled bacon. Nay, you just can't fake a freshly sliced Jersey sub. It's nice to be back in my real body. Number 13, please. Made the authentic Jersey way since 1956. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
There are captivating moments, celebrated achievements, and enriching experiences that provide lifelong memories. We see a boundless drive to capture titles and serve as ambassadors on our campuses and in our communities. As our footprint grows, we continue to blaze our path forward. We are passionate, we are collaborative, and we are committed to excellence. We are the West Coast Conference.
All tied up between the San Francisco Dons and the Pacific Tigers. Tigers would take the first set 25-19. The Dons would respond back 25-23. Jeff Domingue with you. Thank you very much for joining us, along with Connor Navarro. And Connor, it was Pacific taking that first set, and it looked like that some momentum, though, was heading towards San Francisco. San Francisco would fall by about as many as 4 in set number 2, but they were able to find a way to take number 2.
I mean, really, I think the end of that first set was the kind of jump start that San Francisco needed to win this second set. I mean, they started off the second set very strong, even though they were down by, like you said, 4 maybe at the most. Still kept it very close and ended up taking advantage at the end with the momentum.
These two teams obviously know each other extremely well. As the first swing goes into the net. Service error for USF, and Pacific will take a 1-0 advantage. These two teams, it's almost as if they know each other so well. 2 times have they gone to 5, or 8 times have they gone to 5 in 24 matches. Swain will go ahead and play it. A swing by Edwards, and she will get the kill. She now has 10. 1 away from 400 on the season. And Nihalina Rolla, she started to heat up in that second set at the end. Swing. Edwards, that's how you'll get your 400th kill of the season. Edwards now has 11.
I mean, really, just a heads-up play from
Yeah.
Alexa Edwards. I mean, it's really classic from her. I mean, she's great at those swings, great at finding the court, just like that right there. Finds that deep corner.
And that may have gone out of play, but it was touched by Swain. A kill for Pooch. And she now has 7 in the change of possession goes to the Dons.
With all 3 sets, it seems like momentum has kind of swung this way for every single set. Pacific takes a little bit of a brief lead. SF fights back slightly, and really it seems like it's going to be this way for the 3rd set and perhaps the 4th whenever that does come.
No secret that these two teams will go to 5. They know each other. It seems like they just know each other and battle each other so well. Kumanova will get the kill. And if you've been kind of keeping an eye on the events happening at Pacific, there's a lot going on today. There's 2 soccer matches. One will start at 4:30 and one following right after that. A swim meet plus this. Everything's going on here at Pacific right now.
Very active day. I mean, athletics is having a big day here at Pacific. A lot of events going on and a lot of great matchups across the board.
Swing by Rolla will get the kill. She's now got 5, excuse me. Rolla was having a quiet day. She's had 4 kills, hitting 182 before that 5th kill. Van Groningen. Middles as a whole, I think you kind of start to want to rely on them, but at the same time, it's kind of, you got to pick your opportunities. I'm kind of surprised that Van Groningen hasn't gotten more opportunities sometimes.
I mean, really, we have that kind of hot hand attitude as let's say Edwards does serve into the net, but as I said, you do want to pick out those hot hands, but it always can't be that way. Whenever the defense can't put up a pass that allows the middle to be involved, you always have to go to those reliable pin hitters. Those being Kumanova, Zoe John, Alexa Edwards, all in their own right.
Puig. High, lofting spin. We'll go ahead and play it softly. John will play the defense. And a back row attack by Edwards. A big swing. Rolla starting to get it going. Well, still now she's really starting to fire off.
I mean, Rolla, we haven't said her name as much as we should be, honestly. She hasn't been swinging away as much, but perhaps in this third set she's going to start getting it going and starting to up her kills on that counter.
Pacific up by 1. Kept alive by Pacific. Played by Swain. John. And the Dons will get the point on the swing, going just too far to her left of John down that line. Nice play by Swain. John. Played by Akima. Tapped over. John will go ahead and play it. Back row attack. Edwards. Played by Puig. Another attempt by John. Akima once again right there. Nice hustle by Pacific. I think there's going to be a 4 on the Dons. That went straight into the net, unfortunately.
Yeah, looking for that back one. Seems like the middle did get there just a bit short, or perhaps the set was short as well. Pacific, very strong 1-point lead here.
And it also seems like that they are going to be happy to get Puig off that line, because it seemed like that those serves were getting a little frustrating for Pacific.
And yeah, you never see those top spins very often. Puig has a great serve in her arsenal with that top spin, so being able to get her off of that service line is huge for Pacific.
Yoki serving. It's going to be a free ball played over. John. That's a great swing by John.
Absolutely a lot of miscommunications on both the side of the Dons and the Tigers, but still, Zoe John able to find that seam. Get a great swing out of it too. Jenna Heller with a nice set as well.
John, the freshman from Queen Creek, Arizona. It's Pacific back the advantage by 2. Rolla. Hustle by Pacific. Edwards with the hustle. Heller will get it over. John. Played nicely by USF. And Rolla will get the kill. She now has 3 in this third set. Pacific up by 1. Alina Rolla back to serve. Back row attack. Rolla, or excuse me, that's Petkova. Will get the kill. And we're tied up at 7. Petkova now with 9. She's had a great afternoon. Very consistent all afternoon. 4 kills in each of the first 2 sets. Giani blocked by Petkova.
I mean, really nice find there from Petkova, shutting down that slide for what I believe is one of the first times today. Great shutdown there.
A one-on-one battle won by Petkova. Heller does it herself.
Jenna Heller so aggressive with that tip. Nice little left-hand find right in the center of the court. A lot of hype going through Pacific too.
Back up, tied up at 8. Heller back to serve. Heller, the senior from Gilbert, Arizona. Tap on the tape, and an ace. Just like she drew it up. Stoppage in play. I wonder, looking at Maria Petkova, I'm sure she may have they're bandaging up this, like maybe she had a cut on the side of her head. And I think there's a stoppage on the play just to kind of clean it up. She was already bandaged up originally, so I'm wondering if, and I don't remember seeing that happen during this match. She did exit earlier, briefly. Thumbs up. So I wonder if she may have gotten cut earlier and we just didn't notice it, but she's been there and she's been so effective, it's been hard to not notice that she's been even off or on the court. Another skim on the tape. That's Goodman with the kill. Point back to the Dons. They're tied up at 9. John. Nicely played. Battle at the net. Played by the Dons. Petkova blocked. Petkova a little closer this time. And Petkova will get the kill.
Second point in the row where a pass off of Jalen Swain goes into the bleachers. I mean, a lot of hard swings coming out from the Dons here.
Abby Miller looks like she's getting called into action to replace Zoe John. Different hitter is Miller. Miller, the senior from Hillsborough, California. Kumanova. Kept alive by the Dons. Miller. Blocked. Petkova. And I believe Ewing as well is involved in that. And the Dons up by 2. Looks like an illegal touch by Pacific, and that will have head coach Greg Gibbons up to have the timeout called, as it's the Dons leading by 3 on ESPN+. Dons leading the Pacific Tigers 12-9, set number 3. Jeff Domick along with Connor Navarro. Thank you for joining us. This is the Dons serving. Nova. It's a block by the Dons. Ashub. I believe Ewing as well. Now it's the Don's defense and blocking starting to really come active. Giani. It was almost like she was going up to fake and actually was really ready to go.
And really fast. Set there down the middle. I mean, Gianni's so convincing down the middle. Always jumps with 100%, even when she's just being a decoy for her other hitters. I mean, even when you think it's not going to her, somehow it is.
She had 11 kills last time that they played the Dons. Petkova tapped over, played by Pacific. Kept alive by Heller. Kumanova punched one over, finds the cross-court swing and gets the kill.
Kumanova doesn't find it on that first swing, but on that second attempt, does find that nice little corner of the court where it isn't being covered.
She now has 6. Pacific down by 2. Megan Nishimura, the senior from Honolulu, Hawaii. Edwards, played nicely by the San Francisco Dons. Edwards will get another opportunity here off the tip. Petkova kept alive. Well overpass. And a kill up the middle by Ewing. Gives the Dons the 3-point advantage. Shannon Sheehy back to serve. Dons came into today 5th in the conference. Giani will get the kill. Pacific sitting 7th. Again, another opportunity for Giani. She's got a couple in a row for her. He will set it up for Pooch. Pooch now has 8. Maria Petkova back to serve. Now, Coach Diogo Silva said, preach consistency over these last 3 have been tough because the consistency will have a couple of good matches and then a couple of good sets and then a couple of really bad ones.
Yeah, I mean, it seems right now San Francisco does seem to be in a more consistent way when it comes to their defense and their attacking, but when it comes to those serves, has been a little inconsistent, really on both sides, though, for Pacific and San Francisco.
I think you nailed it right on the head. I mean, consistency on both sides is what we are all hoping to see is a swing by Kumanova to serve. Van Groningen was on the overpass. We'll go ahead and play it. And Pacific down by 1. And I guess, really, what more would you expect on a matchup against USF versus Pacific? The history says it all right here. Sheehy. Blocked by Van Groningen, excuse me. Ola tried to find the back corner. A swing. Van Groningen gets the kill on a slide attack once again.
I mean, I've said it so many times before, probably a few times today, but that slide attack between Heller and Van Groningen is just so consistent. And consistency is something we've preached all day today, and that is one of the main factors as why Pacific is scoring so many points on offense.
Tied up at 15 here in set number 3. Kumanova still back to serve. Sheehy, Rolla, and she'll get the kill this time.
It's a great find there from Rolla. Nice little tip over, perhaps right in between the block, finding that seam down the middle. Finds it right between Jenna Heller's block, perhaps even slightly over it.
And usually in those attacks, Edwards would be right behind. She was just a step behind, it looked like that time. Van Groningen. I asked it earlier, why not get the middles more involved, and yet here we go. As I say that, she now has 10.
Yeah, Pacific's defense has been in a great state so far after those timeouts. I mean, Jenna Heller's able to run a lot more diverse plays and has been able to run Van Groningen a lot more often because of it.
Edwards back to serve. Free ball played over John. Blocked by Goodman. I believe that was a solo block too. I think they're claiming that there was a touch. I think he's asking if he could challenge that. Coach Greg Gibbons right here in front of us. Okay, head coach Greg Gibbons is challenging the touch. Not sure where he saw the touch, but I was going to say he is. You could hear it right here in front of us. It may have even bled over into our mics that he was challenging the touch.
I mean, there is some of those cases where if you are a setter in the back row, they do jump up to touch that ball. If their blockers do touch the ball before the setter, it is considered an attack from the setter. And since they are back row, they can't be doing attacks in the front row. So I believe that's the kind of challenge he's going for here. We did see a similar case earlier with Pacific. Jenna Heller did go up, and she was in the back row. That ball did go towards San Francisco in favor of them because of that touch they got.
Gotcha. The more you think you know, the more you learn. So that was great insight by Connor Navarro right there. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So right now, as it stands, it's this point could actually vote in a completely momentum shift here in set number 3. We talked about the momentum. We talked about how much shifting was going on. USF kind of gained some momentum, even though they lost set number 1. Pacific had that little bit of momentum, but USF's earlier momentum kind of pushed them into set number 2. This could really change that whole dynamic right now.
Definitely. I mean, when it comes to Coach Gibbons, when it comes to Coach Silva, both of them are so involved when it comes to, let's say, their armies of players, and they're very adamant on making sure that things go their way, especially in these cases of these challenges. Both have been very active, a little bit less from Coach Silva's side, but Coach Greg Gibbons, a lot of past cases where he just constantly gets those challenges and gets those points going back Pacific's way.
The respect Coach Diogo Silva has for Pacific head coach Greg Gibbons. I asked him about it. It was pretty funny. I mean, not funny as in the sense of just his reaction to what he's meant to this program for Pacific, but just the ultimate consistent person. He voted him as one of the best coaches. Wanted to vote him as the coach of the year a few seasons ago. It almost seems like he tries to emulate him in some ways. Some of the things that he does, Coach Gibbons does, he does the same thing, and I think you can kind of see that here as the team has kind of rallied around Coach Silva.
And absolutely, I mean, Coach Silva only been with San Francisco for a few years. You do pick up a lot of things from other coaches. Sometimes those details tend to mix with your game, and it eventually makes you a better coach at the end of the day. Coach Greg Gibbons, one of the best people to pick some things off of, as we do see some discussion between them here at the net.
I think what he's trying to discuss is about the touch as well, and that's what he's talking about, challenging. I mean, the side official has definitely been out there for a long time. Usually when that, although I say that, and then we've had 3 overturns in one match once before. So, I mean, it's kind of things like that, but I think that's what he's kind of trying to challenge about where their touch was. And you can see both of those, the huge respect both those two have for, well, Coach Silva definitely has for. There's the call, and it's going to go to the Dons, so it stays with the Dons. So whatever the challenge was, there wasn't enough evidence, or it could have been inconclusive.
Yeah, I mean, in those cases at the net, it is such a close kind of challenge that you have to look for every minor detail just to get those points to fly either way, depending on where that call goes. And especially in those cases where it is those back row attacks compared to the blockers, it is really hard to find those conclusive details.
Now we'll see how Pacific can defend as Pooch is back to serve, and we've talked about Pooch's serving abilities. She's going to have that high toss, and then it's going to cut. I mean, she'll swing really extremely hard.
I mean, that toss has so much spin on it, followed by that hard swing, almost like she's going for one of those back row or even a front row attack with that swing. Always serves so aggressively, finds those spots where it can't be hard to pass those kinds of serves, and see if it makes a huge difference here. That race to 20 here is underway as both teams are within 3 and within 4 respectively when it comes to this case.
A lot of discussion over at the scorer's table. I'm not sure. I'm only kind of assuming that they're making sure the score is correct. The two officials. The official at the scorer's table is discussing it real quick. Now we're back to action. 17-16. Heller, Van Groningen, too long this time.
Goes for that cross-court slide. Not something we've seen today. I mean, even out of system with that pass, Jenna Heller still trying to run that slide. I mean, that does go to show that Jenna Heller is finding those hot hands, especially with Emily Van Groningen. But San Francisco is up by 2 now.
18-16. Pooch gets the tape. I think that actually helped Pacific. Another attempt by Van Groningen, played by Swain. Miller gets the kill. Off the hands and went all the way across the court, just out of the reach of Akima. Pacific down by 1. Dylan Gilkey back to serve. Gilkey hasn't been really in the rotation very much on the court, but she's been a server. She's been serving, and she's had 2 aces today. I had to kind of assume that a lot of this is matchup based. And that's going to go extremely long. She's looking for like more of a lofting swing that would find the back tape, just not this time. So back to 2 for the Dons. Mielina Rolla back to serve. Rolla, the grad student from Poland. Heller, Miller, by Akima, Mikova. Back row attack by Edwards. And the point goes to Pacific. Another one of those that just kind of go into the net and just either a tough serve or mistimed play.
Now we are at that point in the game where every single mistake and every single point that you can make counts. Winning this 3rd set here could be a complete momentum changer for both sides if they do pick it up.
Heller back to serve. Mikova gonna go too long. I was watching this official right here nearest us. Had her eyes on it completely all the way. Yes. It's near official. And they're going to challenge the touch. I did not see one. The official, Lauren Mills, was the corner official. Yeah, they challenge the touch. So right now as it stands, it's 19 all. Coach Gibbons says it almost religiously as I say this is how much the conference and how tough it is to win in this conference. And I think when you look at this matchup, this is exactly why I kind of classified it as a rivalry at this time, because it's so tough to beat, to win. And these two teams have met 24 times coming into the day, and 8 have gone to 5. As we're going to see right here. Did those fingers clasp before it went over? Is Gianni's hands right where it touched? So there's what they might be looking at. And it looked like she kind of balled up right as that was coming to her. So didn't see change of direction. Another look here. Definitely was out. John Kenyon over there looking at the tape. We have Duck Duck Goose being played over at San Francisco's side.
We do have games being played on the floor when it comes to SF, but this call could make or break this set.
They say it's a touch. So it should be 20-18 in favor of USF. I believe that was a kill by Petkova. We'll get the official scoring here shortly, but that will put Hayden Goodman back to the line to serve. Giani. She now has 6.
It's a great swing there from Giani down the middle. I even saw a nod of respect, a nice little thumbs up from Coach Silva on that swing as well. Great pass from Jalen Swain. Good set from Heller, and a nice find from Giani getting that swing across her body.
They did give the kill to Petkova. Actually now has 11 from earlier. Gave the Dons the 2-point advantage. It's 2019 now Pacific. Nishimura back to serve. Petkova, played by Heller. Dump over. Edwards, nice play by USF. Battle at joust at the net, and it's going to be Edwards.
Pushing through with all that force, Alexa Edwards. Big celebration coming out of her too, as we saw. We are at 20s now in this third set.
I think Edwards played that pretty smart. She went on the non-dominant hand, it looked like, for USF, and was able to find a way to go ahead and push it towards the end. And a nice swing and an answer back by Petkova. Off the left hand of Giani. And back to the Dons with the point advantage. Shannon Sheehy back to serve. Gonna be Kumanova. Absolutely. We want to see her do more. She's got 7 now.
She's making a lot of her opportunities count. A lot of those 7 kills have been game changes, really changes the set significantly, and perhaps those as one of them has been very close ever since that challenge.
Swain back to serve. A swing by Petkova, and she'll get the kill. 5 in set number 3 for Petkova.
Maria Petkova really taking a lead here when it comes to the offense here for the Dons, swinging away and now back at the service line as well.
She now has 13. She only had 9 kills against Portland. That's going to go extremely long. Back to 22 we go. These are the ones that I think that you don't want to have. Those service errors are okay as the match kind of goes on. You can make up for those. On a tight match like this, or tight set like this, that's going to be a tough one.
And these teams know each other so well, so when it comes to those mistakes, both coaches know and both teams know to take advantage of them.
Oh, a nice serve. Swing by Rolla. That one almost towards the net. Another big swing. Played by Nishimura. Edwards. Too long. And the Dons back with the advantage. Jalea Kina from Hawaii. Transfer from Cal Poly was serving. And too long, so now USF with a set point. Timeout called by Pacific. As it's the Dons leading by 2, 24-22 on ESPN+. Dons leading 24-22 here in set number 3. Jeff Donoghue, thank you very much for joining us, along with Connor Navarro. And Dons are 1 point away from taking set number 3. They took set number 2, 25-23, after the Tigers took set number 1, 25-19. Heller to Van Groningen. She gets the kill. She has 5 in set number 3, does Van Groningen. Give her 11.
It's a great decision there, too, from Van Groningen. Instead of going for that full swing, that went a little bit far. Goes for that tip instead. Timeout called by San Francisco.
We'll keep this one right here as far as, you know, looking down some of the numbers. Van Groningen hitting 444 as a team. 194 for Pacific in this one, 207. This is so evenly matched. It's 1 point here or there can go so far so quickly for one of these teams. Edwards with 11 kills, but it's the Maria Petkova show for USF. She has 12 kills. She's hitting 333. What more can you say about her?
Just incredible work coming out from Petkova. We talked a lot about Rolla before the game even started, but Petkova almost seems like she heard us and she says, I'm here too. Let me show out for my team. And it really seems like she's done that for this entire third set. I mean, has led San Francisco to this lead, getting them to set point in set 3, and could be leading them to perhaps another victory if they do win this set.
Mihalina Rolla, I mean, you can say that she's definitely had a tougher day than usual, but she's got 9 kills. The big thing that I do notice is no attack errors today. She's had 34 attempts, but no attack errors, 9 kills, so she's definitely not hurting USF, even though she's not having the big numbers that we're used to.
Yeah, I mentioned previously that Pacific has done their homework. I mean, Rolla has had a great performance, especially in their previous matchup. Now it seems like Petkova is coming out of the shadows, out of nowhere, starting to take advantage of that Pacific defense, focusing solely on Rolla, now taking advantage herself. Edwards with the serve.
Nicely by Pacific. And Groningen. And off the hand of Pooj and into the head of Sheehy, and a kill for Van Groningen. And we are tied up at 24, so we're going to get a little extra. Petkova's, you know, we said something about that she had a gash on the side of her head or some sort of cut, and I think now she's kind of, might be having just a little bit more of an issue. The trainers are over there to see her. I mean, and like I said, she's been so vital for the USF offense so far today. I think there's anything more than just a little bit of regular growing, you know, the regular throughout the match pains. It's something to watch. She gives a thumbs up. And a kill by Rolla gives the set point back to the Dons. Island Ashu back to serve. Pooj back to serve. Once again, can Pacific control that serve? It's going to be an ace. San Francisco will get set number 3, 26-24. And it is the Dons leading by 2 on 2-1 on ESPN Plus. Welcome back to the Alex G. Spano Center. Jeff Dominic along with Connor Navarro. Thank you very much for joining us for this West Coast Conference matchup that features the San Francisco Dons and the Pacific Tigers. Tigers took set number 1, 25-19, but it was the Dons have answered back. They've taken the last 2 sets, 25-23 and 26-24. These two teams, Connor, are pretty much, though, if you look at the numbers, if you just looked at the numbers, are so evenly matched right now.
Definitely, I mean, what we can expect for this 4th set, definitely a battle coming out in this 4th set, because historically speaking, they've always had those times where San Francisco and Pacific go to 5, and today could very much be one of those days.
You know, I was looking at Maria Petkova. She has 12 kills, and if you kind of noted it, right before that set had ended in set number 3, she was kind of wincing in a little bit of discomfort, and you noticed that she was kind of getting her ankle wrapped, and hopefully that kind of just. I didn't see her roll at any point, but she's kind of definitely taken some had some battles today.
Yeah, before the end of that 3rd set, the trainer was checking out Petkova's left ankle. Seemed like there was some discomfort in her face. She was taking a look at it. In between both sets, she was actually getting a wrap on that left ankle from what I saw. Could see how that affects her this set.
Swing by Petkova. Heller to Edwards. And we'll get the kill to start things off. Nice heads-up play by Edwards. Kind of angled it right towards us, right in front of us almost.
Great awareness. I saw from my perspective that Alexa Edwards took a look at this corner and noticed that it was wide open and chose to take that spot. Gets to that point. First point of the set for Pacific.
Nishimura, played by Rolla, and it looks like it's originally going to be a free ball, but a nice play by Petkova. Originally, I was going to say it was going to be just a free ball played over, but absolutely not. Petkova went, and I think Pacific kind of did the same thing. They kind of went on their heels a little bit, and Petkova took advantage. Edwards towards Petkova, played nicely. Blocked by Van Groningen. Rolla tapped over, played nicely once again by Heller. Rolla, big swing, played by Swain. Nishimura to Edwards. And they're going to let that one fall to the floor. A kill by Pooch. Little miscommunication. You could see on the far at the back tape that Nishimura and Kumanovic just couldn't figure out which one was going to go ahead and handle it. Now it's 2-1 USF. Nishimura, Edwards. Big swing, big kill. Ties us up at 2.
We saw it already from both Petkova and Edwards being able to get those points when they are out of system. I mean, not even coming from an actual set, coming from those underhand sets with those bum sets. They're just so good at being able to swing hard still and make it into a point for their teams.
Diogo Silva right here in front of us said no more 5 sets. It's exhausting. Violation on the Dines gives Pacific the lead. And on the flip side of that, though, you talk about how going into 5 could definitely put a lot of drain on you. Pacific also, they flew to Portland and came right back to take on this one here in Stockton.
Yeah, there's a lot of different kinds of factors that go into games like these. I mean, whether it be the long traveling or those long matchups, it can take a toll, especially on the legs of teams, as Rolla with that huge swing down the line eats up Jenna Heller.
So Rolla with another kill. She's now in double digits. Actually, she's been in double digits. She's got 11 now. Giani tried to slide, blocked by Rolla. The solo block. And the Dons now take the lead.
They've done a really great job at adapting to that slide attack, whether it be Giani or Van Groningen. They've done a great job tracking it and being able to shut it down.
Nishimura plays it. Edwards. Rolla with another swing. Giani. Played by Ashub. Edwards. Nice plays by the defense of the Dons. Edwards is going to get another swing. She'll get the kill this time. She's got 3, and it's only tied up at 4.
There's a big swing coming out there from Alexa Edwards. And see how hard she swings going into that block, faces it head on.
One of those ones, right after that, you could just see it on her face. She knew exactly what was going to happen right after that. That'll put Jenna Heller back to the line. 4-4 our score here in set number 4. I think Heller's going to get an ace here. Heller has 2 aces to go along with 2 kills and quite a lot of assists.
Definitely, she's been having quite the game for herself.
Here's the fun part is that Heller and Ashub are 1-2 in assists in the conference.
And really, those two are unsung heroes of their teams. They do such a great job of setting up their team's offense.
Edwards lofts one. Rolla gets a kill. Rolla, the grad student from Jaskow, Poland. I hope I said that correctly. It's kind of one of those uncertain pronunciations. Off the tape, played by Swain. Kumanova. Rolla. Blocked, but played by Rolla. She'll get another opportunity here. A little further back and gets the kill.
I mean, Rolla taking full advantage of that line, has been swinging away down there, and it has done her good this entire 4th set thus far. Finding those kills.
Allison Astrid Pooch to serve. Talked about what Pooch can do already. Not this time, as that will go into the net. And you talked about it, I mean, you've said it quite a few times, that serve so aggressive it'll either go long and go straight into the net, but if she's on top of that game, it's very effective.
A lot of these teams, especially in the West Coast Conference, you see only float serve really from every single player that goes to that service line. So Pooch, with that topspin, has something different in her arsenal. Takes a lot of teams off guard.
Played by Pacific. Swain will get it over on the free ball. Rolla, another block kept alive by the Dons. And this time going out, trying to go down the line was Rolla, but that's what actually her first attack error today.
Yeah, I mean, just goes to show how great of a player she's been today. Quite the battle at the net there. Both Giani and Kumanova keep jumping up for those blocks, and Rolla following suit, constantly going up for that swing, unfortunately unable to connect.
Coach Diogo Silva's face lights up whenever the discussion about Rolla is discussed. As an ace for Alexa Edwards. See right as it skipped off the tape and unable to play it was Wadas.
It's a great spot as well, finding that left corner right on that line.
2-point advantage for Pacific. Blocked by Gianni. Solo block. She's now accounted for 4 blocks, whether it be an assist or the solo.
Yeah, Shub really wanted to find that almost out-of-system free ball. 2 Goodman unable to find it. Gianni all over it. Doing a great job there down the middle.
9-6 Pacific. A nice serve by Edwards. Blocked, but that will be a kill as that will go out of play for Rolla. It's pretty evident now who the ball's going to go to right now. Rolla is, it was almost like one of those things where Petkova kept us there. Rolla, now it's your time.
And Rolla seems to be stepping it up here in this 4th set. Really wants to not go to 5. I mean, Coach Silva emphasized not wanting to go to 5 sets anymore. That serve does go long.
Very rare misstep by Rolla today. Yeah, I was talking about Rolla, and just like I said, Diogo Silva, the coach, his face lights up. You talk about her, and he just could not say enough. He wanted to talk. He could probably spend an hour talking about her. That's how much he enjoys her. It looks like it's going to be a free ball played over by USF. Swain to Heller. Edwards played nicely by Petkova, and she'll go ahead and get it back. Played by John. Kumanova. Blocked. Petkova and Goodman.
Just a great shutdown there at the net. I can't emphasize enough how much hustle we're seeing from both setters today. Both Schub and Heller have been doing a great job just getting on the floor, just flying all over the place, going for those balls that go long.
Goodman back to serve. Kumanova. Petkova. And it'll actually not be available, so it'll be go to the Pacific, and I believe that's Kumanova will get the kill. Now, we talked about Pooch's serve. Kumanova has, her style is extremely effective as well. She's one of the tops in the conference, has a couple aces today. She just finds a way to be so successful. Big swing by Petkova on the overpass, blocked by Pacific. Petkova with another opportunity, blocked for a moment, kept alive. John will get it over. One more time for Petkova. That's going to go and find the back tape to get the kill for Petkova. Volleyball's been touched as well, and you can see it on her face. Petkova, she's definitely got some discomfort going on, but she's powered through it. She's definitely showing her toughness today.
It definitely doesn't seem to be affecting her game really much at all. Still going up very strong with every single jump that she has on those blocks as well.
He back to serve, an opportunity for John, and a kill, and Diogo Silva kind of had to jump out of the way, and I think that was an unexpected moment because you'll go ahead and just kind of see him out of the, possibly out of the corner of the, right there. Good kill by John. She's got 6. Murrah serving. Swing by Pooch. Edwards. Good defense, good hustle all around. Edwards going to get an opportunity. Kept alive. Edwards will get the kill.
Wow, that was honestly incredible. I mean, Alexa Edwards goes up for the hard swing, gets blocked, goes up for that hard swing again, touch off the block again, recovery by her teammates, and does find that deep corner.
That will cause a timeout by San Francisco. We'll step aside, take the break. It's the Pacific Tigers up by 4 in set number 4 on ESPN+. Pacific up 13-19 here in set number 4. Jeff Domick along with Connor Navarro. Thank you very much for joining us. And it's off the tape. Played Nishimura serving. A swing by Petkova. Edwards will give another opportunity here. Pooch blocked. Nice block by Heller and Van Groningen. Double check. It might have been. I'll say it's, as of right now, it looks like it's the two combined for the kill or for the block. Watching that last swing by Petkova, I think that one definitely hurt her a little bit as far as trying to swing. Pooch with a swing. Petkova. Will keep it alive. This time it'll be Van Groningen Fran Groningen has absolutely had an afternoon. Coming in before that kill, she had 12. She now has 13 and hitting over 400.
I mean, insane hustle job from her, really. Comes out of the wide slide, gets back to the middle, ready to play defense, and goes immediately to that shorter backside, back one with Jenna Heller. I mean, what else can you say about her? She's having a great day.
Pooch, Heller, Edwards. Edwards, if you have anything to say about it, she's definitely saying we're going to go to 5, and she's playing like that.
It seems like history is going to repeat itself the way things are looking. Now we could see, similar to the first set, Pacific does have some tendencies to lift their foot off the gas and get a little bit too comfortable. If you're Coach Greg Gibbons, you want to see that not happen this set and force that 5 without it becoming close.
Pooch. Van Groningen. Oh my goodness, she is on a tear right now.
I mean, we talked a lot about hot hand. Jenna Heller constantly setting Van Groningen is the perfect scenario you want to see because she has such kill diversity. Can go down the middle, she can go for that slide. She can go for that shorter slide that she ran with Heller previously. I mean, just being able to have that comfort, have that versatility on the court is essential.
Crystal Galviz back in. Maria Petkova on her way out. I would only assume that at this point it's just to kind of give her a little bit of rest on the ankle because you kind of wonder if the thought process is if it goes to 5, I want to make sure they're ready to go.
Definitely, she has been an essential piece of this Dons team for the entirety of this afternoon. I mean, doing a great job in the kill category and then doing incredible in defense as well.
Crystal Galviz, the junior from Illinois. Edwards. And Groningen sets it up for Edwards. And a kill. She's got 6 in set number 4. Assistant coach Emily Cook right up near Coach Diogo Silva, getting another look. And a different rotation is Elise Galliano comes into play to get for this one, as that's going to go just too long by Gilkey. A couple of different looks. Dalia Akima back to serve. Edwards looks to kind of go for the soft spot. Rolla kept alive. Playing over is Swain. Rolla one more time. Big swing. Swain will go ahead and play it off of the carom. Edwards. Played by Nishimura. Off the block. Edwards one more time. We'll go ahead and look for the soft spot. Edwards. That's going to go too far on the back line, and it's going to be a kill for Edwards.
Great swing there from Edwards. A sigh of relief on the face of Megan Nishimura. Unsure if that ball was going to go in or out. Very close to that back line, but last touch going from the Dons, and Pacific takes another point.
Jalen Swain knew it was going to be out. You can see on that replay, she was screaming out that was going to be out. Jenna Heller back to serve. Rolla. Too long. So the race to 20 is in Pacific's favor. Timeout by USF. It's the Tigers leading by 9 in set number 4 on ESPN+. 20-11, Pacific leading in set number 4. Jeff Dominic along with Connor Navarro, thank you for joining us. Pacific, Jenna Heller back to serve. Has really come on strong here in this recent set, hitting 242 while USF hitting 051, and a service error by Heller will give the point to USF and a change of possession. Pacific 8 for 11 in the side out, 72% in this one, 8 for 20 in set number 4 for USF. Pooch, played by Nishimura. Gianni, just too long. Connor, this is where your concern could lie, is Pacific maybe have that advantage, but go ahead and close it out and get ready for set number 5 at this point, right?
I mean, it's very similar to set 1, even though Pacific did take that set. They hit 21st. Rouge with that service error, but like I mentioned previously, Pacific hit that 20 mark. It almost seemed to feel like they were getting a bit too comfortable, so we could see some kind of momentum change here. It all depends on Pacific on whether or not they push to finish the set.
Alexa Edward has 7 kills in set number 4. She's got 18, hitting 291. Kept alive by Edwards. Gianni blocked by Goodman. And here comes back in Petkova. Good to see that. That's definitely, if you're USF, you want to see someone that's really kind of pushed your offense back in that lineup. Especially with Michalina Rolla back to serve. Kumanova kept alive by USF. Heller will get the kill.
Vintage Jenna Heller. I mean, what else is there to say? She's so good at finding that spot in the center of the court. That center dump is lethal. And she has her own form of being so aggressive on offense with that. Whether it be earlier in the matchup with that pushover with her left hand or that back row dump she always does.
Jalen Swain back to serve. Petkova. Kumanova will swing. Rolla. John. Petkova one more time. She'll get the kill. Petkova now with 15. That's the team high. Right behind her is Michalina Rolla with 14. And that's going to be essentially an ace. There's a little miscommunication. 22-16, Don's down by 6. Aiden Goodman. Heard the scream of out. Played by Pacific. Blocked by the Dons. Dons now down by 5. That'll go into the net. 23-17.
That's really one of those times where you cannot be missing serves like that, especially when Pacific is so close to that set point and so close to forcing that set 5.
All points are crucial, of course, but as you get closer to the end, every little minor mistake, while what was a minor mistake, is now a major mistake. Kumanova back to serve. Ashub. Nice kill up the middle by Ewing. Sheehy back to the line. (23-18), set number 4. Van Groningen blocked Petkova and Ewing once again.
Petkova with the huge block. I mentioned it earlier with Rolla, but it seems like both of them now on that outside are doing such an incredible job at tracking that slide. It was Giani, and now it's Van Groningen getting shut down heavily on that slide attack.
Now it'll be set point on the service error by Sheehy. Megan Nishimura back to serve. Play towards Petkova. No swing by Petkova. Nishimura plays it. Edwards gets the kill. She has 8 in set number 4. And she helps bring the Tigers to a 5th and deciding set. We'll step aside, take the break. It's set number 5 coming up on ESPN+. So the 5th and final set, about moments away to get underway. Jeff Dominic along with Connor Navarro. Thank you very much for joining us for from the Alex G. Spanos Center. Almost kind of had this one set up ready to go, it felt like, because I said 8 times out of the 24 matches these two teams have met, they've gone to 5. 25th time, why not go to the 9th time as well to go to the 5th set?
I mean, really, when you know each other so well, when it comes to Coach Silva and Coach Gibbons, they've had so much history playing against each other. And all those times they've gone to 5, why not add one more, like you just said. These teams have competed so well today, and they seem to know each other so well. The way they play defense against each other, they adapt so well when it comes to each other's offense, and they play great defense. So we've seen a lot of scrappy play today. And we're going to be seeing San Francisco start with the serve so we can see how momentum will shift very early on in this 5th set.
It'll be Maria Petkova, who's had such a nice afternoon. 15 kills, hit 286, leading the team. Alexa Edwards, 19 kills, hitting 304 for Pacific. She'll get the first opportunity here. She to Rolla, and will get the kill. Rolla now with 15 kills. She was hitting 235 to that point. Edwards, another opportunity. Will get the kill, so back-to-back points. Both times via the kill, I should say. Rolla with the kill, and then now Edwards. She now has 20. She had 28 against Portland on Thursday. Petkova exits. Stoppage here. Did not catch what happened. Okay, I think it was just more or less, I think could have been just about the substitutions at this point. I think Dylan Gilkey back to serve, sophomore. Sheehy, Rolla, played by Gilkey. Edwards, Rolla will play it. Another opportunity for Rolla. And we'll get the kill on the miscommunication between Heller and Edwards.
Very rare mistake you see from both of those players. I mean, it is this 5th set. It is energy starting to run a little bit lower, and both of them looked like they were going to go for it, but unfortunately did not go.
Kima back to serve. Free ball played over by Kumanova. And too long on the attack by Puig. We're back to 2 apiece. Pacific has had 7 matches this season go to 5. They're 6-1. Sheehy. Kumanova to Edwards. Sheehy to Rolla. Edwards with the kill. She now has 21.
Insane numbers coming out of Alexa Edwards. And a lot of those kills have come out of those out-of-system balls where the ball comes from Jalen Swain, not even from Jenna Heller or from any kind of set, really, and she still is able to swing hard and find those points.
Swing by Rolla, blocked by Giani. And that will bring Ashub back in to replace Sheehy. And the block numbers are pretty hefty right now. Normally we don't talk about the block numbers, but a total team blocks for San Francisco at 10 going into the 5th set. Pacific with 5. You don't say that very often for anybody else. Point for Pacific. And it's the Dons trailed by 3. Both teams would absolutely have to be the tired legs. Pacific just came back from Portland. Rolla. Kumanova. Nice play by San Francisco. Rolla with another swing. Blocked by Gianni and Kumanova. On that far side, another block. Heller will play it. A swing by Edwards. Too long. Let's talk about Pacific. Just came back from Portland a couple of days ago. Actually had a match on Thursday against Portland. And then on the flip side to USF, they just played 5 against St. Mary's in Moraga. Pooch. Played towards Nishimura. Back row attack. Off the tape and no touch. And it's the Dons now down by 1. Momentum back and forth, back and forth. Puig, the sophomore from Spain. And it's going to be a point to the Dons on the violation, I believe on Heller.
Yeah, when you are setting from the back row, a lot of those setters run from that back position. Jenna Heller did leave a bit too early. That does lead to an out-of-rotation call. Big celebration from Coach Silva as well. Big compliments to the ref for finding that.
And Rolla on the overpass. She now has 3 kills, and it's the Dons up by 1. Pacific goes up by 3. Dons have now answered with 4 straight. And too long. We're tied back up at 6.
We've talked about it a lot. These momentum shifts constantly happening. Every single one of the matchups that San Francisco and Pacific have had these kinds of changes. And of course, it always comes along with that 5th set. The energy's getting lower, and that competitive spirit definitely goes up a lot.
Edwards. We have one that says, one that marked it out, and one that marked it in, but a service error for Pacific. It got real quiet for a quick second. John will get the kill. And we're tied back up at 7. Here we go. Jalen Swain back to serve. 7-7 in set number 5. Shub. So Goodman gets the kill, and we will switch sides. But so far, everything is pretty much what it's been drawn up to be.
I mean, this kind of competitive game is what you'd expect from San Francisco and Pacific. San Francisco with that lead here at the side swap, but things could absolutely change. It's almost a miniature timeout for both teams.
I just couldn't believe some of the numbers that we're watching. I mean, as I said, Pacific and USF, 5-3 is Pacific all time in 5-set matches against USF. And this one, looking at just at the schedule and what's going on later, Pacific will be on the road for the next 2 before coming back home next Wednesday, or a week and a half from now, against Oregon State. They'll take on Washington State and Gonzaga. That's going to be 2 tough matchups to be on the road to do this in Washington, and then come home to take on Oregon State. For San Francisco, after today, they've got a hefty schedule as well. After today, they'll be against Portland and then against Oregon State. They've already played Oregon State once, I believe. Yeah, and it was a tough loss in 5 against Oregon State. So a lot of volleyball that we've seen from USF. That's always kind of wonder how much wear and tear that truly is. We've seen Petkova have a little bit of a tough day. As far as numbers go, she's doing great, but as far as just the ankle, the cut, so just hoping that they can find a way to kind of power through the next couple of weeks as the season starts to wind down.
Yeah, they've had a lot of these long matchups, but it really does improve their longevity in the long run when they constantly play these 5-set matches.
John. Van Groningen has now gotten a career high in kills. She now has 15.
It's great work from her today. She's having the game of her life really in that middle position, getting everything done on the defensive side and the offensive side of things.
That switches the possession down back to Pacific. 8-8 our score in set number 5. The block, played. Had a shoot. Petkova gets a kill. Give her now with 16. She's hitting over 200. She's hitting past 286 going into that last one. Gives the possession back to San Francisco. They lead 9-8. Sheehy back to serve. Van Groningen again.
You got to give those flowers to Van Groningen. She's really playing such an incredible match today, giving it her all down that middle.
Yeah, Emily Van Groningen, what more can you say about her? She now has 16. She's just etching a little bit higher in her personal totals, career high totals, but change of look as far as Pacific goes with Allison Cox back in, or comes in for the first time today. First time we said her name today with Megan Nishimura to serve. That she replaced Zoe John. Shub. Made by Kumanova, the one-on-one battle with Petkova. Here's Edwards off the tape, will get it over and gets the kill and gives Pacific the advantage.
A little bit of look of surprise on the face of Alexa Edwards. Just barely able to find that block. Hits the tape heavy. Ball goes in Pacific's favor.
The force she swings with sometimes, she's impressive. She's been impressive the last 5 years. Now over 400 total kills for the season. That's going to go long, and we're tied back up at 10. Jenna Heller will come back in. Late substitution. With Dombrovska coming in with Petkova going back to the line. Heller to Van Groningen, not this time. Tried a little soft touch. And a swing that's going to go too long. Point Pacific. The delay is there's multiple substitutions. A little bit of a cat and mouse game going on here. A lot of substitutions there in the last set.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, seen a lot of change of pace coming from both sides. A lot of substitutions being made. Just so
Cox back in.
We do see Jenna Heller leave. I do believe that now Dylan Gilkey will be taking the reins as their setter from the back row.
Well, Allison Cox can also be a setter as well. So there's a kind of a little bit of a two-set game, if you will, if you need it. After the service error, and every point, we talked about every point being so crucial. Van Groningen and Heller back in. Van Groningen will exit with Jalen Swain coming back. Another late substitution, Dombrovska back in. Dolea Kima back to serve. Heller to Edwards. Oh my, that was a swing. Give her 4 in this final set. 12-11 Pacific. We've got her with 22 kills now to back up the 28 she had against Portland.
And just crazy numbers from Alexa Edwards. You do seem to notice that as these games tend to go onward, Alexa Edwards just charges up her swing as the game goes onward. She seems to swing harder and harder as time goes on.
Rolla not this time. Dump over, played nicely by Akima. Rolla blocked. This time we'll get the kill.
Just a brief moment of hesitation from Heller costs a point. This final set ever so close.
Looks like Jamie Lowe will come in. She's gonna go back to serve. Don't think she's served today. You know, she's been in the contest. She was in the first 2 sets. (12-12). Heller, and a block by Goodman. And timeout called by head coach Greg Gibbons, as it's the Dons leading by 1 on ESPN+. The 5th and deciding set, number 5, is the Dons with the 1-point advantage, 13-12. Jeff Domick along with Connor Navarro, thank you very much for joining us. Lowe back to serve. Edwards taps it over, played by Ashub. Rolla on the overpass. Rolla one more time. Kumanova. Giani. Rolla blocked. Rolla a little further back. And miscommunication. Rolla will get the kill. And it is now match point for San Francisco. As head coach Greg Gibbons, another timeout called. Just those little inches of miscommunication, and that's what's cost the last couple of points. You'll see it right here. Gianni and I think Edwards was kind of expecting Gianni to play it. Gianni would flip it, and Gianni was expecting the same thing.
And Heller even there too. I believe that was the second ball. On cases like that, you never really know who the ball can go to. I mean, 3 sets of eyes on that. Big mistake there from Pacific and could cost them here right out of this timeout.
14-12 San Francisco. As the kill will go to Mihalina Rolla. Rolla has come back in extreme fashion. She only had 1 kill going after set number 1, had 4 going after set number 2 total, and then went and absolutely had 10 the next 2 sets, and currently has 5 here in set number 5. So that's what you expect from your leader, the grad student. Rolla, the grad from Poland, is now set point for USF. They have seen their record go to 5-4 in the conference. They lost their last 3 since playing Pacific, including the one against Pacific in San Francisco. They are 5th in the conference, record-wise. Jamie Lowe back to serve. Edwards gets the kill. I think they're also going to have a net violation, but I think it gives Edwards the kill as well. She now has 5 in this fifth and final set. She'll go back to serve. It's still set point for USF. And the Dons will go ahead and take the timeout. Like I said, this whole fifth set has been completely the little game of chess, if you will. There's been substitutions to kind of change the look, and now a couple of different timeouts. This has been a really entertaining, albeit an extremely long match for both sides, but really entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, to use some chess terms here, we've seen a few blunders from both teams. A lot of mistakes being made on both sides, especially when it comes to communication, something you don't normally see when it comes to both rosters. Both coaches emphasize that communication with each other on the court, and seeing it happen very close together in an intense fifth set like this is very uncommon.
Fifth and final set, and you know, whoever's going to get their next opportunity, and it would probably at this point, USF will receive the next serve from Pacific. You would have to assume that all eyes would have to be on Mihalina Rolla.
I mean, absolutely. She has been electric the last couple sets. I mean, we have been talking about Petkova a lot today, but Rolla has really come into her own in these later sets to take that charge and take that lead. Petkova has taken so much damage today, as we've already seen, especially with that gash on her forehead, some ankle problems perhaps arising. Rolla has taken that torch from her and is taking that lead offensively and defensively.
And the timeout's usually kind of one of those things to try and ice the server. You're trying to ice, argue, one of the tops in Alexa Edwards, who, not sure, 400th season kill earlier. Nice serve. Rolla. And he'll get the kill, and that will end it as Rolla etches the kill, and the team will go ahead and storm the court. She was absolutely stellar in those latter parts. She had trying to pull up the numbers real quick. She had 12, 16, 20 kills going in after the fifth set, so she was absolutely on a tear. We're talking about an athlete that went and had 18 just recently, and then also had 18 against Pacific, so she beats that high over there. As this one was a true entertaining one. Now overall, the records will look exactly like this. The Pacific Tiger, or excuse me, the Dons will improve to 13-9 and 6-4 in conference, while Pacific goes to 14-9 and 4-7 in the conference. Final thoughts on both sides, really, from you, Connor.
I mean, we talked a lot about consistency today. I do believe that both teams definitely were the definition of that today. We saw great performances on both sides. Rolla, we saw Petkova. On the side of Pacific, we saw Edwards as per usual, but Van Groningen had an incredible match in the middle.
A career day.
Great on defense, especially good on offense. Career high in kills we saw from her today. And it's kind of what you would expect with that matchup between Pacific and San Francisco. Long 5-set match, entertaining plays from both sides. And ultimately, San Francisco does come out on top.
Yeah, it was Mihalina Rolla. She would have 20 kills, followed by Maria Petkova. As a team, they had hit 182. Alexa Edwards, 24 kills. Talked about Emily Van Groningen. She would have 16 for Pacific. They would hit 188 as a team. So, as always, want to thank the entire crew here at the University of Pacific, everyone here along the table, keeping us informed of everything that was going on, as well as Michael January and his entire staff and everybody else at the ESPN Plus studios. For myself and Connor Navarro and myself, Jeff Don, I want to thank you all very much. For Pacific falls in 5 to the San Francisco Dons, 3-2 on ESPN Plus.